Light and peace, brothers and sisters. I have been on the internet for over 2, 3 weeks now, and I've been watching and listening in to Sanetta TV. And I noticed a lot of Hebrew Israelites or Hebrew Christians that follow this King James Bible has been saying all kind of stuff. And what amazes me is that the more they kept on talking about this Christian Bible that they follow, the more they kept on exposing the error about this Christian Bible. And topic of discussion today is just question about Genesis chapter 2. And it's not going to take that long. Just a little video. Just need to ask question. I want some of these people that keep on going to Sanetta's TV to explain Genesis chapter 2, verses 1 to 4 to me. Very easy, no sugarcoating. You don't need to cross me out. You don't need to yell at me. Just answer the question. And so for the educators, people who want to learn, you could learn from this. This is very easy. So Genesis chapter 2, verse 1 says, so I'm reading the King James Version, and I got this from the internet. Does the heavens. It said heavens. Now, when you go to chapter 1, which is Genesis chapter 1, there was no mention of heavens. It was just heaven, which is Heaven. And I went on the internet to, the popular website BibleGateway.com. And when you do a search of how many times heaven came up in chapter 1, it was only 7 times, just in chapter 1. So please explain to me, how did the word heavens, Heavens, come up on chapter 2 if there was only one heaven created in chapter 1? So I'm going to read Genesis chapter 2, verses 1 to 4, and that's my focus. Does the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the 7th day, verse 2, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the 7th day from all his works which he had made. I'm going to go to verse 4, which I'm really concerned about. Verse 4 says, these are the generations of the heaven. Which generations? When you go on Google and search for generation, that means something happened in heaven. What was created in heavens? It says, these are the generations of heavens and of the earth, which they were created in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. What was created? Where is the explanation of heavens being created in Genesis chapter 1? So generations of heaven from chapter 2, from verse 1 to 4. Who were these generations in heavens? How many heavens were created? Genesis chapter 1 only mentioned one heaven, not heavens. So there was a brother that came on Sanetta TV that was talking about the creation story and trying to twist the entire thing on chapter 2. And, it dawned to me. I said, wait a minute. What is he talking about? Because now he's talking about the big league, but you're not in the big league, brother. And I'm addressing you entire so-called Hebrew Israelites or Hebrew Christians. I don't know what you label yourself as, but please explain to me Genesis chapter 2, verses 1 to 4. Where did your God, or when did your God created the heavens? Was it on the first day? Was it on the second day? Was it on the third day? Was it on the fourth day? Was it on the 5th day? Or was it on the 6th day? Where, when, what day was heavens? Not heaven now. Heavens created. Which day was it? Because chapter 2 clearly says here on verse 4, these are the generations of heavens and of earth, which they were created in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. And when you go to chapter 1, when you go to Genesis chapter 1, you only have 7 worlds of heaven. Google it up. There are no heavens, only one heaven. So I want you Hebrew Israelites, you Christian Israelites, or a preacher or apostle, whatever you, I am asking any Christian follower that follows this King James Bible to explain Genesis chapter 2 verses 1 to 4 to me. This is going to be very easy and very simple. If you can explain this thing to me, I will stop, I will drop my OahspeCollegeUniversity right now, I will follow you. Here's a challenge to you, Christian followers, you Hebrew Israelites. If you could explain to me Genesis chapter 2, verses 1 to 4, I will never read from the OahspeCollegeUniversity anymore. I will stop reading from the OahspeCollegeUniversity. I will not use the OahspeCollegeUniversity as my guideline. I will follow this, your Christian book, this Genesis thing. Explain to me this. This is very easy. How many heavens was created? Who were the generations in heavens? Because clearly here, chapter 2 says, it says, verse 4, these are the generations of the heaven. Who were they? Who? Were they plants in heaven? Were they humans in heaven? Were they angels in heaven? Were they God? Were they houses? Were they planes? What was it? Where is the explanation of this in chapter 1? When was the Christian God, or when was the Hebrew God going to create? When was he going to explain this? He didn't explain it in chapter 1 to make it worse. Then he talked about it in chapter 2. What is going on? Heavens or heaven? Which one is it? I am posing the question and I'm giving a challenge. So if Sanetta TV want to invite me, we're going to just have an education. We're going to have an education. We're going to have a lecture, not a debate. Because what I see that's going on Sanetta TV is that nobody is debating. All they're doing is cussing each other out. And shout out to Brother Sila Shalom and Carl, and Brother David Long. I seen that they be showing themselves on Sanetta TV, trying to explain this into these brothers and sisters, that the creation story is false. It's a falsehood. But nobody seems to be, listening to them. It's really sad. Brothers and sisters, I don't know what to say anymore, but if somebody can just explain this into me, that would be great. Brothers and sisters, light and peace, brothers and sisters.